Thanksgiving time, they always tape over any M on this campus. So, I mean, you step in here, you can't even say the name. You just have to refer to it as that team up north.
That team up north, we're certainly not friendly with them. Don't give a damn about the whole state of Michigan. Nobody's heard the song, but...
I don't like them. So, that game matters the most.
Their names define the sport of lacrosse at the highest level. 4 programs annually listed among the elite, linked not only by their past success, but by the expectations placed upon them.
So don't, for a second, doubt yourself. Just keep playing.
You have a long way to go, but it's paying attention to the details.
How great do you want to be?
Game time. It's in the bag, you better believe it. We all play for one reason, show out dominating this season. It's time. Take that dub with us or we leaving. You not with us in the streets and Braveheart turn it up for the season. Game time.
It's the season, 2018. Each game of the season is important, but for the Ohio State Buckeyes, there's one contest that has been circled on the calendar since September, with more than just bragging rights on the line. A tough midseason stretch has left the Buckeyes needing to win all 3 of their final games in order to qualify for the Big Ten tournament. So perhaps a rivalry game against Michigan in the shoe is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Michigan, Ohio State, we could leave it at that, but on top of the rivalry, this is very important in the Big Ten.
The magic number is 3. You get 3 Big Ten victories, and you have a chance to go to the Big Ten tournament. Both of these teams winless in the Big Ten thus far. Must-win starts tonight for both these ball clubs.
This is an opportunity you've been waiting for right here, but we've been waiting for. Boom on 3. 1, 2, 3, boom!
So we are ready to get started here in Columbus.
Ohio State raced out of the gate, notching 3 quick first-quarter goals.
There's Trey LeClaire.
Ohio State is just putting it down the Wolverines' throat.
We started the game off really fast, which was nice. We had 2 transition goals to start it off, and it just got the team moving and energy is up.
But Michigan was not about to go quietly. They exploded for 3 goals of their own, tying the game just before the half.
Buchanavage trying to wiggle free, low shot, and we are tied. Alex Buchanavage.
Coming in through the tunnel at halftime, coming back on the field, just being under the lights, that was a special opportunity for all of us, and just seeing the support from the crowd out there, that got the guys pumped up, and we started off hot in the third.
We came out in the second half and really just kind of suffocated them.
With their season on the line, the Ohio State Buckeyes turned to standout sophomore midfielder, Trey LeClaire, and he responded.
Trey LeClaire, Buckeyes by 2. And they tack on another, Trey LeClaire with a hat trick.
LeClaire led the way with 3 goals on the day, and Ohio State did not let off the gas until the final horn.
Jackson Reed, the freshman, with his goal, and Ohio State is back up by 4. Ohio State set to improve to 7-0 against Michigan all time. The Buckeyes take down the Wolverines, and they've got Big Ten win number 1.
The victory upped their record to 7-0 against the team up north.
That was just a win for the seniors, It's our last time at the team up north, and we just made sure we got the dub for them.
Yeah, baby!
I like that. I was proud of Jams. Let's go home.
How about that right hand there, Chief? Z!
With the Friday night win under his belt, Coach Nick Myers was able to enjoy a relaxed Saturday with a group of future Buckeyes, his sons.
To have a Saturday, which is typically a game day, to be with family and to know we don't play till next Sunday really allows you just to kind of just exhale. And to do that in season is rare. Colin, who'd the Buckeyes beat last night?
Michigan!
Oh, we don't say that word in this house.
Oh.
Do one push-up. I knew I could get you. Who did the Buckeyes beat last night, Mace? Team up north. Team up north. That's all right. We'll let you get away with that one. Just don't let it happen again. Pulling in the driveway, you know, every day, you know, this is kind of what you usually get, and it's great. You know, it's certainly, you know, something that, like I said, kind of just keeps you grounded. And what I really need this time of year more than anything, Jude, just to be with them. Moves. Oh, get some. Nice goal.
Call it.
Did you watch the game last night, Colin?
What game? The Ohio game?
The Ohio game?
We won.
We sure did.
I know.
Who's your favorite player? Zach is Jasinski? This is Jack showing off some of his speed. That's what I told you the other day in the game, right? You got to do what with your feet? Yeah.
Oh!
All right, the next goal comes pretty fast. Who scores the next goal?
I'm right now. Oh! Right.
Yeah.
I think Coach Myers, just in general, is a really positive role model. It's really cool being able to go over his house and just hang out, especially being so far away from home. He brings us into his household, you know, meet his family, hang around with his kids, and just, you know, opening up to us, you know, just creating that family, you know, mentality.
You know, Julie and I were looking for a space that was like getting close to campus and a place where we could have the men over. So, you know, just last week we had the team over. We'll do city barbecue. We'll have kind of the whole team down here upstairs. But we had the whole crew kind of piled around the table.
He's a family man. I think that's the biggest influence he has on this team.
This particular group has been in a lot of fun, you know, and I think that so often we're defined by the wins and the losses. You know, this is a group that really from when they got on campus in August, you could sense a real energy about them and a real love for one another, you know, and I think that's where it really starts. This is a group that I thought, when you look at what we did yesterday, really came out and from start to finish battled. And that's what you want to see more than anything from your men.
You know, it feels good to get a win, and that can do a lot for a team, and especially going into this final 2 games that we have right here. Right now, we've built some momentum up, so we just got to continue.
I think, you know, the sky's the limit for us as a team and where we can go with this season. Yeah, next game, we got Maryland. You know, it's a tough opponent. And for us, you know, it's a do-or-die mentality going into this one. There's no doubt in this locker room right now. You know, we're still fighting for that, and we're going to come in this week and we're going to battle. You know, we're still in this.
The stakes could not be higher as Syracuse welcomed North Carolina to the Carrier Dome. For the home squad, their swagger had returned. After some early season setbacks, the Orange righted the ship with high-profile victories over Duke and Notre Dame, something they credit to both leadership and a renewed focus on fundamentals.
You know, as leaders and captains, I think we kind of got together and we kind of really wanted to change, you know, how things are going, and you know, and it starts with us. So, you know, we really put it upon ourselves to, you know, bring more energy to practice and kind of, you know, put more emphasis on what we want to do each week.
I think the thing that's like really changed is, you know, the ability to adapt and overcome, and really just having more fun, you know, bring that swagger back to Syracuse.
We went down to Duke and had a huge win, and I think we're hitting our stride now especially, and I think the team's just really coming together overall.
Everyone's kind of dialed in, locked in. We got a lot of tradition, and we let a lot of people down if we're not doing our jobs. So practice has been intense and focused, and it's paid off so far, and we're gonna keep it going.
A win would give them a perfect 4-0 record in conference play and the top seed in the ACC Tournament. For the Tar Heels, it's been a tale of 2 seasons. Riding high with 6 consecutive wins to start the year, Joe Bresci's team seemed destined to compete for another championship.
Timmy Kelly is taking this ball game over.
Since then, the season has taken a dramatic turn, finding themselves on the losing end of their last 6 games. Yet Coach Joe Bresci knows the season can turn with a single moment.
So many one-goal games now in the game of lacrosse, and it comes down to one play, one ground ball, one face-off win, one save that can change your season. Look at this year and the grind of the first 6 games we've won and the last 6 we've lost. It's, you know, we're working just as hard in the off the field, in the classroom, and studying film and doing all the things in preparation that we did early in the season, and we got the results early, and we're not getting the results. So I think you know, all it takes is one of those plays to go your way, and you're right back in the mix.
The Tar Heels season comes down to their final 2 games. A win against the Orange would put the Tar Heels in position to qualify for the ACC Tournament. A loss, however, would most likely knock them from the postseason.
Well, we have a huge challenge. You know, you have to go up in the Carrier Dome and play Syracuse. Your next 2 games at Syracuse and home against Notre Dame will, you know, define your season. You know, so everything comes down with our team and our season to the last 2 games.
North Carolina and Joe Bresci. It is a must-win for the boys in blue. This Carolina team has not won since March 3rd against St. John's.
Early on, the intensity was evident.
And Syracuse on the board first. Pat Carlin gets the scoring started. Running down the alley, Kelly ties it for UNC.
Syracuse maintained a small lead through the first 2 quarters. But with just 9 seconds remaining in the half, UNC's Matt Gavin tied the game at 4.
Gavin looking for the step, shoots and scores! Over the left shoulder of Dom Madonna, and we're tied at 4.
This looked to be the spark the Tar Heels needed, and as the second half unfolded, they began to pull away.
Perry the step, and a rocket. Cloutier behind the back, Matthews on the doorstep!
And with 7 minutes to go, freshman Alex Trippy put them comfortably on top.
Trippy splits a double, and between the legs of Madonna, Carolina with its biggest lead of the afternoon.
But as Syracuse has shown all season, they can't be counted out until the final whistle.
Curry, 12-11, here come the Orange with 94 seconds.
With under a minute to play, North Carolina looked to seal a season-defining win.
1:34 to go. Big face-off coming UNC on a 6-game losing streak. Syracuse, these close games seem to bring out the best in them. Curry got the step on Haverty, and Curry ties the game at 12.
Curry's goal, his second in the closing minutes, tied the game at 12, forcing overtime.
And we go to overtime.
52 seconds into the overtime period, Brendan Bombury put a dagger in the Tar Heels season.
Stutter step, swings it to the middle, and Bombury with the game winner. The Orange find a way once again.
With the win, Syracuse clinched the regular season ACC championship and the #1 seed in the conference tournament. But for North Carolina, it was a crushing blow. They now face nearly impossible odds of making the league tournament with only a game remaining. With 1-goal losses this season to both Duke and Syracuse, the Tar Heels can only think of what might have been.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's not much I can say to the guys outside of how proud I am of their effort. You know, it's been that kind of season with injuries and close losses. And, you know, consoling them is tough. You know, we're all beaten up. But I'm really proud of how hard they continue to fight. I mean, you know, obviously feel for our guys, but I'm also really proud of their effort.
For Ohio State, defeating Michigan was the spark the Buckeyes needed to finish the season on fire. But the road ahead was not easy. To ensure a spot in the Big Ten tournament, Ohio State would need to win on the road against the best team in the nation, the #1 ranked Maryland Terrapins. And in a rematch of last year's national championship, the Buckeyes parlayed their early emotion into goals.
Junior from Alabama, and Jasinski stings the corner.
Before 4 minutes had elapsed, Jack Jasinski and the Buckeyes had built a substantial 3-0 lead.
Over to Colin Shell, he's got a good look. 3-0 Buckeyes. Ohio State off to a blistering start.
But the top-ranked team in the nation would not be outmatched.
Finding Logan Wisnauskas, and it's a man-up goal.
Led by Logan Wisnauskas and Connor Kelly, the Terrapins charged back, evening the score.
That one was easily manufactured. Oh, nice look. Wisnauskas right there.
The two teams traded blows into the fourth quarter, but this time, the Buckeyes would not be denied.
Reed from the alley, top shelf on Morris, a 2-goal lead. Shell, wow, that's 4 for Colin Shell. And Ohio State has matched its largest lead of the game. Here comes DeMayo on the wing dodge. Lowering that shoulder, and DeMayo ties the game at 9 for Maryland. Shell picks it up, opportunity for Ohio State, and Shell finds the cutter Reed. A hat hat trick for the freshman, and the Buckeyes retake the lead. Maryland, the #1 team of the country, on the verge of going down. Jasinski will bag the empty netter. How about a 7-point afternoon for the junior out of Birmingham, Alabama?
And as time wound down, Ohio State would claim the victory.
Ohio State takes down #1 Maryland 12-10.
It was another crucial step towards the postseason.
What is the significance of this win, Coach?
Not a whole lot if we don't win next week. And, you know, we're going to have to go out at home and play another incredibly tough team and try to fight our way into this conference tournament to extend our season.
The ACC regular season had seen its fair share of upsets, and on a sunny afternoon in Charlottesville, the ACC Tournament semifinals promised an equally exciting display of lacrosse.
It's hard. You know, it's very difficult to advance to win a playoff game.
The Duke Blue Devils entered the tournament as the #2 seed and were playing their best lacrosse of the season. 4 consecutive victories had earned them the #1 ranking in the country.
We're still working towards where we want to be, but in those games we were able to put together some wins, learn from our losses, you know, put ourselves in situations to be successful.
It's all in preparation for the postseason. That's been our goal since day one. That's why we're out on the field running all fall, in the weight room all the time. We've been practicing hard for that opportunity.
But battle-tested Notre Dame didn't seem too preoccupied with the predictions.
Ryder Garnsey on the doorstep knocks it in, and the Irish with an early 1-0 lead.
And a first-half hat trick from Brian Constable gave the Irish a 5-1 lead.
Spins and stings the corner. Brian Costabile makes it a 3-1 game. Skip to Costabile from the alley. Stings the other corner. And Costabile gets it back. Backhands it in. The hat trick for Costabile.
That is money.
The Blue Devils would keep chipping away as the first half ended.
In all Notre Dame so far. Walsh to Gutterding. His second tally for the Blue Devils. On the doorstep, Robertson. Welcome home, Joe Robertson.
And Joe Robertson's late goal would give Duke the momentum heading into the second half.
Here comes Smith, Duke's face-off net. On the doorstep, Robertson, the fake high, the goal going low.
And this will be their juice in the second half.
The teams would trade blows deep into the fourth.
Smith makes it a 1-goal game. He's got 2 in the second half. Coming out of hibernation for Duke. Feeding Walsh. Changes direction. Bounces it over Schmidt. And we're tied. Walsh. If it counts, Duke has its first lead.
But it was Garnsey who would prove to be the difference, scoring a game-high 5 goals.
Gleason on the doorstep. Garnsey. Notre Dame with the lead. Garnsey's 4th. And it gets even bigger. Garnsey with his 5th. And a 2-goal advantage for the Irish.
It was a bitter defeat for the Blue Devils, but while their aspirations for conference glory were denied, perhaps it will be the motivator for the bigger accomplishments on the national stage later in May.
We have no more opportunities to come out bad and not play right, so I think it's definitely motivation.
And we had the lead in the fourth quarter again, just like we did against Penn and Syracuse. So you got to show up and play every single game, every single quarter, and you got to go as hard as you can for 60 minutes.
We feel like as a group, we haven't really proved that much since we've been here, this senior class. And we have one last chance to do that.
There was an opportunity for us to compete for a championship, and we failed. The next time you fail, you know, you'll go home.
In the nightcap, the Syracuse Orange looked to book their ticket to the conference championship game against Virginia.
Peter Durth in transition, lets it loose, and the Orange on the board first.
The Syracuse Orange arrived at Klockner Stadium with shiny new lids and equally bright ambitions. But the tournament host came ready to play.
Krause up top. Moore rips one to Wahoo's.
The first half proved to be a back-and-forth exhibition of transition opportunities and sharp shooting.
Feeding the wing, David Lipka goes top shelf. Krause wins that battle. Syracuse in transition.
At the half, Syracuse looked to regroup.
I think we're playing good lacrosse. Okay, I think we're getting up and down. We had a couple early ones that we gave up. We probably shouldn't have given up. We stay out of the box. We keep doing our thing on offense. Keep moving that ball like you talked about. Make the extra play. We're getting balls in the inside. We're going to start canning those.
Just get it and move the ball.
You got to set up your dodges quicker. Couple quick passes and go.
And in the third, Tucker Dordevic proved why he is among the nation's best freshmen.
Dordevic, great move. Tucker Dordevic.
Some hot cheese, son.
But while Syracuse play had plenty of flair, they struggled to catch the Hoos.
Virginia fills the back of the net. Hutchings, a bouncer. And it's a one-goal game. Michael Krause in the forecast tonight. Bomberry from the outside, going low. And gets the score. Over to Connors. Moore. Oh, going top shelf. Kennedy. Point on the doorstep, Rafus. Stays in bounds, Virginia has it. Here's Aiken, unsettled. Shot to score, DeMario.
And in the end, it was Virginia who would come away victorious.
Ball game over, Virginia is back.
In Columbus, the Ohio State Buckeyes were just one win away from completing a late-season trifecta and earning a bid to the Big Ten Tournament.
Seniors, we love you, man. Every one of you. We love you. All right? We talked about those. This is far from done. We're riding tonight. Time to attack. Let's make sure when that whistle blows, we're on the plan from the get-go. All right? That's ground balls. That's dominating between the restraining boxes. That's moving our feet, carrying pressure on the offensive end, getting in a rhythm on the defensive end. All right? Let's attack it. Anything that comes our way, we got an answer for, boys. All right? Hit your hands in here. Let's get down that tunnel together. All right? And right from the start. All right? Right from the very start. Boom on three. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
For Coach Nick Myers, the first order of business was celebrating the seniors on their final home game in the shoe.
Everybody. Hey, let's get this, huh? Go get your family, huh? Go get them. 1, 3.
But as the opening whistle blew, the Buckeyes quickly got down to business.
And it's a pole goal right off the bat. Eric Evans, the senior. Starter on the close defense, redshirt freshman on Jasinski. Doorstep pass and a goal. It's the senior Colin Shell.
Ohio State answered every one of Rutgers' goals, ending the half up 1, 4-3.
And they've got another goal. The freshman Jackson Reed.
30 minutes. Focus on the task at hand. It's those first 5 minutes, picking up ground balls. It's continuing to attack. All right, it's right there for us. Continue to make the Buckeye plays, all right? And you know we're going to be there when the dust settles, right? Let's go. Let's get this thing. Boom on 3. 1, 2, 3.
The third quarter belonged to the Buckeyes.
Step down, shot, goal. Here is LeClaire with not a whole lot of room to operate against Alex Bronzo. LeClaire left-handed, and he scores.
LeClaire's laser gave the Buckeyes a momentum. And just moments later, they would strike again.
Another one for Ohio State. It's Jackson Reed.
When the dust settled, the Scarlet and Gray held a 5-goal lead. And as the clock wound down, the Buckeye seniors proved why they were the winningest class in school history.
Ohio State wins it at home, and the Buckeyes are headed to Ann Arbor for the Big Ten Tournament.
I love these guys so much. I mean, just a tremendous effort, and to win the last 3 when you needed to and when it mattered most is just says a lot about this group and the resiliency, and the guys showed a lot of fortitude.
It feels really good because of the men I'm standing with. We talked about the number 1 key to this victory was time together. And, what we fought for today is a brotherhood. I'm standing next to 2 guys that have started in our program for 4 years, and to be able to have another big victory, to end their regular seasons here at home and to now have the opportunity to enter the postseason, playing some of our best lacrosse is really special.
It was a gratifying victory for a program that teaches brotherhood and resilience. And while the end of the regular season proved to be the end of the road for some, a second season is on the horizon.